Well, these are the games that you live for, not only as a player and a coach, but gosh, as a fan and a broadcaster. Mountain Crest and Logan, a share of the region title is on the line tonight. Both of these teams undefeated in Region 5 play. The winner is guaranteed at least a share of the region title. Logan looking for their third straight. Mountain Crest looking for their first since 2010. Logan has Luke Falk, the top passer in the state, and he has weapons galore on the edges with Brady and Artist and Compton. Too many to name. On the other side of the ball, it's Mountain Crest and their running attack with Eddie Hall, 800 plus yards rushing this season. They're going to look to grind things out and probably shorten this ball game and keep Luke Falk and that Logan offense off of the field. Mountain Crest always a tough hitting team as well, and that Logan defense with their speed. I don't know, this one will be great, so we hope you stick around and watch. It's the game of the week on the Valley Channel coming up next.
Introducing the official training bike of the Tour de France, the Proform TDF, the first ever indoor training bike that delivers everything you demand. A 20% incline and a 20% decline, so you'll experience exactly what the road does. Because it's powered by Google Maps, you choose the road and the TDF follows it. Every incline and decline, so no matter what comes at you, you'll be ready. The Proform TDF automatically adjusts resistance, incline and decline. Plus, with a built-in power meter, you'll know your exact output. You decide where to go and the official training bike of the Tour takes you there. And now that you've decided, we're ready to deliver. Order right now and get $0 down and a free upgrade on rush shipping. Call the number on your screen or go online today.
It's an in-valley rivalry of epic proportion at the Crimson Field as Mountain Crest travels to Logan to take on the Grizzlies. The game of the week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank with a new branch at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley, quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice for healthcare. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Salt Lake Express, offering door-to-door service in Cache Valley. S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. I'm Eric Olson. With me, Logan Brown. Leave on with the night off. Logan Brown, of course, the head basketball coach at Logan High School, and we've told him now there will be Mountain Crest people watching too, and he's promised to be nice, right?
We're going to try our best.
We appreciate having Coach Brown with us here, and I'll probably call you Coach the rest of the evening. He's an old high school quarterback, so he knows a little bit something about football. Big game tonight, Coach, with Mountain Crest, Logan, and at least a share of the region title on the line.
Yeah, this is a great environment. You've got two great programs ready to go at each other. Obviously the region title's on the line, and I think we're going to see a pretty good game.
Well, I'll tell you what other game in the state other than the BYU-Utah State game do you have two television stations at it tonight? We've got us, you've got KSL here as well. This is their game night, game of the week, and here comes the game ball. So it is a big-time atmosphere here at the game of the week.
Yeah, this is great. This is one of those things that the kids really look forward to. The students get excited for these games. As a coach, you plan all week for these. You get excited for them all week and all year. And I think it's going to be another one of those great rivalry games here in the Valley.
Jason Anderson that's bringing the game ball out for Logan High School. Of course, his dad, the head coach at Utah State, Gary Anderson, and they're say he's down coaching his team at BYU tonight. So, and his brother Hagan in the lineup for Logan, one of the top receivers for Logan, so he'll be bringing the game ball, and I know that it's just killing him to miss his senior season. He blew that knee out the first game of the year against Northridge, but he's bringing in the game ball for this one. Well, we talked with, you know, we talked about as we see that the KSL Chopper 5 taking off. We talked about what's going on here tonight. Here's Zippy, Rod Zundel, and they've got folks from both schools out there around. Got a big set here on the northwest side of the stadium. They've been going ever since about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I got down here about 5:15, and these kids are lined up ready to be on KSL. They get pretty excited for that.
Yeah, it's fun. A lot of fun for the kids. It's fun for the coaches as well in these big games. Coach Mark Wooten of the Mountain Crest Mustangs spent a little time with me just about 45 minutes ago talking about tonight's matchup. Coach, big game, huge game. I don't know what's bigger than huge, but it's probably that kind of game too.
Yeah, it is, and it's a Valley rival. Teams playing for a region championship, and you try to encourage your kids to prepare and prepare in the off season to have opportunities like this, and if you do that, you get rewarded this way.
You've got one of the top rushers in the state in Eddie Hall. They've got the top passer in the state in Luke Falk. I mean, is that what we're probably going to see tonight? You guys trying for ball control and them pitching it around?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to try to establish a run, and Luke throws the ball very well. I'm hoping they'll do like the Nationals did in Poland though, because he got too many quarters already in, too many yards.
So if you could boil it down to maybe one or two keys, what do you think your team has to do to walk off this field with at least a share of the region title wrapped up tonight?
We need to be great tacklers. We got to play with great emotion, and we can't get uptight or discouraged if they score. They're going to move the ball. You just have to limit those opportunities and limit them from scoring. But they're going to move the ball, and they most likely are going to put some points up. You just need to try to limit those.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Thanks. All right, the Mountain Crest head coach Mark Wooten talking with us before the game, and Coach, with number 1 Eddie Hall, I think they want to shorten the game and see if they can't pound some things out on the ground.
Eddie's one heck of an athlete, and they've got a couple of those guys with him and Putu Tau. I think they can do a lot of different things by getting the ball in their best athletes' hands. And Eddie's one of those guys. He's a very versatile player. Obviously last year he was their quarterback, so he's pretty versatile. He can throw it, he can run it, and he can catch it.
All right, I talked to Mike Favero shortly after I talked to Coach Wooten. Let's hear the Logan coach's take on tonight's contest. Well, Coach, I'm a stats guy. I like to look at stats and everything. And the thing that jumps out about Logan, 53, almost 54 pass attempts per game over the season. I mean, your running game consists, I guess, of short passes is what it looks like. It doesn't seem like it's really slowed you down. Well, everybody talks about balance, but you're doing fine with just throwing the ball around the yard.
Yeah, well, our offense is predicated upon taking advantage of the strengths of our athletes, and this year it happens to be throwing the ball. So we do have a run game if we need to implement it and if the situation calls for it, but we're going to stick with what we're good at.
Well, Mountain Crest is good at running the ball. Eddie Hall, one of the top rushers in the state, and they like to get out there and play smash mouth football. As you look at them, what do you see that you need to limit? Well,
of course, Eddie and then Putu Tau. Those guys are two of the better players that I've seen in a long time in the Valley. They're great players, very athletic, and can make big plays. So you always have to stop the opponent's best plays and best players. So that's going to be a big challenge for us and something we're going to have to accomplish in order to win the game.
You're starting to get healthy now, just in time, getting a lot of guys back. There's still a few guys that they're done for the season, but most of those guys coming in and not missing a step, or is there a kind of maybe a physical rehab curve for them?
Well, there's rest that you always have to get off. We're happy to get them back, but we've dealt with the adversity great this year, and we've focused on what we have, not what we don't have. So as those guys come back, it's like Christmas for me. For me, it's like having a new present under the tree. So I'm thrilled anytime one of those guys come back, and they obviously add and contribute to the success of our team.
All right, going to be a big one. We're excited to be part of it. Good luck tonight.
You too. Thanks, Eric.
All right, we've heard from both coaches. The coin has been tossed. The teams are ready. Time for talking's done. We'll have all the action for you after this.
Clark Salt Lake Express and the airport shuttle have merged and become one.
So we still have doorstep service, and it's about the same price as it was before. Our focus now is to try to provide as many opportunities for people who need to have the ability to get to and from Salt Lake when they want. They don't want to wait at the airport for 2 hours. They also don't want to be driving around the valley when they get here.
And you bring us to a location that leaves on time.
We'll have another vehicle take you here to save time comfortably, and that main vehicle goes 12 times a day on schedule, both leaving the valley and coming back.
Well, Mountain Crest won the toss, and they've deferred, so they will kick off. We'll see that Logan offense first. Logan 6-1, 3-0 in the region. They're number 8 in the top 25 in the Deseret News, number 3 in 4A. The Mustangs 5-2. Those 2 losses by a combined 5 points. 3-0 in the region as well. They're number 10 in the Deseret News top 25 and number 5 in 4A. The rest of the 4A top 5 rounds out like this. East number 1. We will see them in 2 weeks against Logan on the game of the week. Timpview number 2. Logan, Bountiful, Mountain Crest. So both of these teams will play each other. Logan's going to play East and Bountiful. They'll be battle tested, that's for sure. This kickoff's going to go just short of the end zone. And that's where Compton takes it. And the Logan offense will start at about the 22-yard line. And Luke Falk will lead that offense, number 1 in the state in passing yards. He's got 2,478 yards, 26 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, Coach.
Well, he's been pretty impressive. If you know Luke, and I know Luke really, really well, he's a resilient kid. He's worked really hard this offseason at building his body because he's definitely taken some shots during this season. But he's prepared himself to be great.
Anderson, Artist, and Compton to the near side. Brady and Rich, your receivers on the far side. Brady, one of the top receivers in the state, number 2 in receiving yards in the state. Compton's number 3. So a lot of weapons for Falk. And Falk looks immediately to Zach Rich, and the pass is incomplete.
Logan went right there in their empty set again. And the one thing that's really tough with the Grizzlies is they've got, there for a few weeks they had basically Taylor Compton and Jesse Brady running the show, and then now they got some of their receivers back. It's fun to watch.
Anderson and Artist coming back after missing games early in the season. And Dito Marin, their center, back after an injury. And Falk's under pressure, stays up, and he's looking for Brady. This one up for grabs and broken up by Mountain Crest. The defender getting there is Caden Lindley.
Mountain Crest sure brought a lot of pressure right there. One thing, I thought Luke did a great job of just staying in the pocket, maintaining his eyes down the field, and obviously showed his strength right there by still being able to get the ball out.
Yeah, he had somebody around his ankle the entire time. And nobody else could get there to help finish him off. So the offensive line for Logan letting one through, but that's it. 3rd and 10. And who's the quarterback? It's still Falk, okay. Sometimes they'll put Brady in there. Falk stands in, delivers, tipped, nearly picked off, 3 and out for the Logan offense.
That was a tough throw right there. A tough catch to make right there, right on the first down marker. Luke made a pretty good read right there to the right. Just Mountain Crest played it great.
You see some of those Logan players wearing some pink. It's a breast cancer awareness week. And kids are doing it all over the state. Kids at my school are. Where my kids go to school. And Logan doing it. Pututau calls for a fair catch at his own 40-yard line. It's a pretty good field position for the Mountain Crest offense.
Yeah, this will be a really good opportunity for Mountain Crest. Logan definitely needs to come out here and make a stop. And it'll be pretty tough with Mountain Crest's weapons right here. I'm interested to see how they're going to head out, if they're going to go to an empty set or start pounding the ball.
We've talked about Hall, 109 rushes, 801 as far as yardage goes, 114 yards per game, 10 rushing touchdowns. But Jameson Webb is number 6 in 4A in yards, 1,423 yards. So he can sling the ball around as well. And now they come out in an eye with Ferguson. I think Ferguson's a guy to keep your eye on in this game. Hall picking up positive yardage. He's hard to bring down, and positive equals nearly a first down. It looks like he stepped out after about a 9-yard gain.
That's a good swing play by Mountain Crest. You get Hall out to the outside with his speed. That's definitely pretty tough to stop.
Ferguson's number 23. He's the lead blocker on that one. And again, I think he's kind of an ace in the hole for Mountain Crest, or one of those players that could make a difference that nobody's talking about. As you saw Hall there on the replay, getting to the edge. Same formation, they just swap it to the other side, see if they run the pitch this way. They're going to go to the dive right up the middle with the lead. 3 yards and a first down for the Mustangs.
That's good for a Grizzly good for a Mustang first down at the Grizzly.
And into Logan territory at the 48-yard line. First possession for the Mustangs, 3 and out for the Grizzlies on their first possession. And they run the toss back to Hall to the far side again, short side of the field, and again, a good pickup. You know, Coach, you can pick up 6, 7, 8 yards on first down. It really opens that playbook up for your next 2 downs, doesn't it?
Yeah, that definitely looks like that's Mountain Crest's strategy so far. They haven't thrown the ball yet, and definitely won the physical battle in these first few possessions. I'm interested to see if the Grizzlies can bounce back and push these guys back a little bit.
Well, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. You've got an offense like Logan's that will just ring up points in a hurry. You can keep them off the field. Sometimes the best defense, they're going to get a delay of game penalty. They waited too long. Webb didn't even get up under center until there was 1 second left on the play clock. And it's easy to know where you're at because there's a great big play clock on the building to the north and on the scoreboard to the south.
Those are new this year. They just put those in right at the beginning of the season. Coach Rivero was able to make that happen. We also have it on the other end of the field against the school, so it's a pretty good addition. Also helps those quarterbacks to know just how much time they got.
And see, the Mustangs aren't even up to the ball yet, and there's 8 seconds. They better start hustling up. We can slow the game down, but not that much. 3 receivers this time for Mountain Crest, and Webb's going to throw. He's looking for Pututau down the sideline, and it's too tall. And if it's too tall for Pututau, it's too tall for everybody.
Yeah, he's one heck of an athlete. Pututau, you know, he's a great kid too. We see him in basketball and just the many things that he can do. I think Mountain Crest is definitely going to use his size.
Plenty of time for Webb. He just put too much on it. 3rd down and 8 after the penalty. Webb steps up. Looked like they had him. He gets out for a moment, but then he's tripped up and taken down by Jaden Connor. It's a gain of 2, and it's going to be 4th down, so that delay a game penalty and then the near one on the next play really threw this drive right out of whack.
Yeah, that really hurt him. As you can see, looked like Jaden Connor came up and made that play. Jackson Berkey almost had him back in the backfield.
As nonchalant as they were being about getting those plays in there, you can tell they want to use as much clock as they possibly can. Pututau, the punter, kicking it away from Compton and Brady, and kicking away from everybody except for the team buses over by the tennis courts. It's at the 19-yard line, and that's where the Logan offense will take over. No score with 10-11 to play in the first period.
Well, it's been a battle so far. Both teams' defenses did a great job coming in and stepping up and being physical. That penalty definitely hurt Mountain Crest. We'll see what the Grizzlies can do right here. Falk can get going. It gets interesting when he gets hot.
Falk with 63 pass attempts last week against Skyview, 457 passing yards, the most in a game in the state this season. Brady comes across. Ferguson on the blitz, takes down Falk, and Falk throws it just out of the reach of Compton. Ferguson came off the edge, put his hat right in Falk's ribs.
That was a great hit by Ferguson. Definitely got some penetration on Falk right there, and they had their matchup there on the outside with Taylor Compton, one of their better athletes on the outside. Just couldn't quite get it to him.
Rivero looks to Tanner McIntyre, number 37, and sends him onto the field. And Rich comes off. McIntyre will be in the backfield with Falk, who started 0 for 4 in this one. 3-man rush. Falk looking for Anderson, and Naderhauser just walked him right out of bounds, and they're going to call They're going to call either a defensive holding or a pass interference on Niederhauser. The ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school, and once it's in the air, you can't just keep mugging that receiver.
Yeah, I thought he had a hold of Hagen's jersey as that ball was right in the air, and Mountain Crest did a really interesting look right there on defense. They looked like they were showing 6 in the box, and then they ended up only rushing 3.
Yep. And everybody was coming from a stand-up position.
Yep. I think they'll give Luke a lot of different looks, try to just show him a lot of different looks and see if he can read them. And one thing that he can do is he knows defenses, and it'll be interesting to see how he dissects this.
Niederhauser, a good-sized corner, about 6'1" out there on Anderson, who's about the same size. Four-man rush this time. Ferguson's in there, and again, Falk has to get rid of it quick. And Falk now 0 for 5. And Falk got taken down by Ferguson, and I'll tell you, talking to coaches around the state, kind of the thing they want to try to attack Luke Falk with is we need to get in his head and rattle him a little bit. And he's done a good job this season of not being rattled, as you see that pass being a little wide. And that, you can tell that's what Mount Crest is doing. They want to put him on the turf. Here's Anderson fighting with Niederhauser. Anderson can't make the catch, and it's 3rd and 10.
Niederhauser had great coverage right there. He seems to be a really physical defensive back there. If you notice their coverage, it seems like their defensive backs are a little more off, but Niederhauser's a little more in press coverage. Makes that pretty tough for Hagen to be able to get some space.
And he's every bit as big as Hagen Anderson. Anderson usually has a size advantage on corners. So it's 3rd down and 10. Falk has yet to complete a pass, and they've been going downfield a lot. This time over the middle, and there's his first completion. Artist right at the sticks, and it looks like he has enough for a 1st down.
That was a great catch and a great read by Luke. One thing they had right there, he got him in man coverage. They had help over the top, but was able to read the sticks really well.
Artist 359 yards on 30 receptions, 2 touchdowns this year.
It's good to have Bo back. He's been hurt and kind of had a few games there where they didn't have him, and now they got him back healthy. Had a great game last week. It'll be fun to see how he finishes his senior season.
So Logan earning the 1st down. Ferguson in again hard on Falcon, takes him again to the ground. Catch made by Artist, but they say no, he's out of bounds. And Falk again got Ferguson's helmet right in his sternum.
I'll tell you what, Mount Crest doing a great job of at least getting penetration in there. A great ball by Luke, as you can see right here, just a little bit to the outside, but he definitely took a hit right there.
It's interesting to me, Logan's game plans go downfield. We've seen the last few weeks there's been a lot of little dink and dunk and use your passing game as your running game, but they're trying to rip off big chunks. Here's Falk in trouble again. Who is it? Ferguson, along with Troy Netzley.
Again, Mountain Crest gets back there, puts pressure on Luke. Didn't have much time to get the ball off right here. Man, he takes a shot. Had 2 guys coming at him right there at the end.
8-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 18. They were in there in a hurry.
It'll be interesting to see what Mountain Crest brings at them right here. You know, they've shown 6. They're throwing 3. It'll be really interesting.
Mountain Crest, I think, has too many guys on the field. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
That's a big difference if it is 12 men on the field to go from 3rd and 18 to 3rd and 13. That'll definitely make this play a little bit.
No, they're picking up the flag. Yeah, I only counted 11.
Only had 11.
Mm-hmm. They had a guy come on late, so they must only had 10 because nobody left the field. Well, and they're kind of running this kind of little, must defense up front. They're not setting in a defensive spot. They're kind of standing around and milling around. And as a blocker, an offensive lineman, that can disrupt your blocking schemes. Okay, wait, who do I have? And look at them. They're all just standing up. And then coming from different spots. Falk protected well this time. He's going to overthrow his receiver, Artist.
Yeah, it seemed like they did the same thing right there, Mountain Crest, in that stand-up formation on defense, just trying to confuse at least our blocking scheme. Falk had a little more time there to throw the ball, but just a little off his mark.
1 for 10, or 1 for 9 start for Falk for 11 yards. Mountain Crest has attempted one pass. Oh, and they run into the kicker. It's caught by Hall. Hall goes down at the 30, and the kicker just got taken down by Jaden Mon. Let's see.
Roughing the kicker will be the call against the Mustangs.
Now it's the yardage. The way the rule is this year, it's the yardage, not always an automatic first down. So let's see how they call this, because it's my understanding that it's the yardage this year and not an automatic first down on a penalty. So if it's the yardage, they're still going to be 3 yards short.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is in high school and how they're going to do that. And even if it is a yardage issue, it'll be interesting to see what Logan does right here on 4th and 3 midfield. If they're going to go for it, they haven't been able to move the ball at this point in time.
They're going to decline it. It wouldn't have been enough for a first down, so they're going to decline it because it was the running into the kicker, and just go ahead and let their defense play. Mountain Crest will have the ball at their own 31-yard line. Running on late for the Grizzly defense was Sam Benyon. Ferguson goes in motion, and Webb all by himself in the backfield. Under duress, he gets rid of it, and the catch is not made.
Yeah, Sam Benyon was right on the pursuit right there, and what a great story that kid's been. He tore his ACL as a freshman, got to play a little bit last year, but just didn't get much time on the field with that recovery with his ACL, and has definitely put in the time in the offseason. He's not a basketball player as of right now, but I see him all the time in the weight room, just putting in the time.
You see 6'5" and wonder why you can't get him to come
Absolutely.
play basketball, don't you?
His brother Joe played for me last year.
That's right.
Great kid, great family.
Trouble. Down goes Webb, and it's Wildman.
What a great play by Jacoby right there. He didn't fall for the fake, stayed in position, was disciplined. He's a pretty tough kid when he gets going. Last week against Skyview, he made some great plays, big hits, and he can be a tough guy to block.
4.5 sacks for the Grizzlies coming into tonight. There's number 5.5. Third down and long. Third about 16, 17 after a loss of 7 for the Mustangs. Nobody in the backfield with Webb. Got a pocket, steps up. Now he's in trouble, and down he goes again. So they have some success running the ball on the first series. And then in this series, they come out throwing, and all they do is lose yards.
What a play right there by the Grizzly defense. All their guys, all their linemen right there got right in with Jacoby, and Sam Benyon got in on that play, and it was definitely a team tackle. What a great play.
He ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage. Pututau with the kick, and Brady calls for a fair catch. He drops it. No one was there for the Mustangs. And so the ball at the 42, and that's where the Grizzlies will take over. No score with 7:13 to play in the first period from Logan High School. Eric Olson along with Logan Brown. Both of these teams have clinched a playoff spot, so they're in the playoffs regardless of what happens tonight. But Mountain Crest beat Box Elder last week. Logan's beat Roy. Mountain Crest has Roy next week.
There's some interesting matchups out there. Both these teams have some tough teams to play. That Mountain Crest still has Northridge to play on their last game of the regular season, and Logan still has East, and obviously Box Elder.
Box Elder next week at Box Elder. Ferguson in the backfield now. They run a screen to try to slow down that pass rush. Compton tripped up a little bit, still stumbles forward for a gain of 5, and that may, even though it's 5 yards, may be just what Luke Falk needed. Kind of try to get going. Maybe they'll try to settle him down now, do some little stuff underneath and get him heated up again.
Absolutely. I think you're going to see him start to speed it up. Once he gets going, it's pretty tough to get him stopped, and that could be what they need right here.
5-man, 6 standing around the line of scrimmage, 4-man rush. They run the screen the other way to Compton again. He slips out of a couple of tackles and picks up first down yardage, a gain of 8. When it looked like they had him hemmed in, Lindley had him look like for no gain, and he ends up gaining 8.
Yeah, one thing I noticed that Logan did as an adjustment, you know, they put Taylor back there in the backfield. They also have McIntyre. Looks like he's in the game right now, just to add a little more protection for Luke, so he's able to look down the field a little bit longer than he has been.
They were in Falk's grill in a hurry. Here comes Ferguson again. They run the little slant. Artist loses it. I don't think he ever caught it.
Incomplete pass.
So that pass rush of Mountain Crest disrupting Logan's timing on their offense. Artist had that one in his hands.
Well, the physicality of Mountain Crest is pretty impressive so far. I mean, they're bumping our receivers. One thing, Logan has some pretty good receivers out there that can get away from their guys a little bit, but Mountain Crest just definitely bringing the physicality.
4-man rush again. Falk, a little comeback pattern to Compton. Gain of about 3, so it'll be 3rd and 7. So they're getting Falk some completions now. Compton, his 3rd catch for 16 yards. Logan 0 for 2 on 3rd down. So you see Mountain Crest, just everybody standing up. It looks like they're playing with mostly linebackers and DBs on the field. I don't see any true defensive linemen.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. I haven't seen these guys play all year, but they obviously brought 6 right there.
Falk hit as he throws, taken down hard by Zach Kimball, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 7.
Boy, they really brought the pressure right there. It looked like they had 6 guys going at Luke. One guy that wasn't blocked just had a free shot at Luke and definitely laid a pretty good one on him.
Chandler Lowry, the sophomore, on for another punt. This is more work than he usually gets in a whole game here in this quarter. Pututal, fair catch called for at the 10. Right now, the field position battle being won by the Grizzlies as they're slowly pushing Mountain Crest back.
It's definitely been back and forth, and I think that's what you got to expect with these two teams. They're going to go right at each other. I think I expect a little more offensive of battle between both of them, but I think we're seeing the opposite. But their defense is stepping in, doing a great job.
Falk has started this game 4 of 14 for 27 yards. On the other side, Webb is 0 for 2. Hall has 3 carries for 18 yards. They're going to go back to the run on this possession. Hall looking for the edge, driven back. It looks like they're going to give him about a 4-yard gain before he's driven back.
Well, Logan did a much better job that time of at least stretching that play out. The first possession, look at him stretch this play out a little bit and able to at least limit his penetration compared to their first possession that they had in the game. Great play by Hunter Ballum, just keep driving his legs back, making the play.
Ballum, the tackles leader on this team, with 72. Now they're going to run it the other way. Gets a block for a moment, gets up across the 20 and out of bounds at about the 23. That's going to be enough for a first down. So Logan strung it out really well, but he's going to be just past the 22, and that's enough for a first down.
That's tough. You get Eddie Hall out on the outside of the field. He's pretty tough with his athleticism and the way he's able to use his body. It seems like he's that guy that can just sneak in gaps and make plays.
Hall in the backfield with Webb. Showing that spread look with doubles as wide receivers. Pututal in motion. And give it off to Webb as they run that read option. Hall, and he picks up 2. Saw Webb, I could see him looking at that end. Okay, what's he doing? If he crashes down, he keeps. If he comes up field, he keeps. If he crashes down, he gives. So.
Now, I haven't seen him this year, but it seems like when you look at his statistics, it seems like he's a dual threat type guy that they'll run with him a little bit here and there, and I think that's one of those options he was looking at right there.
Yep, Webb, 82 rushes for 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mount Crest got to hurry. There's 2 seconds on the play clock. They're not going to get it off. They have to call a timeout. And I think that's probably what Coach Wooten's going to tell his quarterback. Look, we want to slow it down, but we don't want to be walking to the line with 5 seconds left on the play clock.
They're putting themselves in a tough position right there by having to waste timeouts for play clock issues. As a coach, I can only imagine. I'm not a football coach, but that's using timeouts in basketball when you don't want to use them. So that'd be a little bit frustrating.
You take a look at the last 8 meetings of these two teams. They've split them 4-4. Logan those won 2 straight. Logan leads the series 15-12. So, we were talking a little bit about those game clocks or those play clocks that they've put up there, and the investment that Logan made to put those up there. I know at least the head coach, Mike Favero, thinks they have been worth every single penny.
I really think so, and Coach Favero, I'll tell you, from my experience with him, he's a very well thought out man. He's going to think about every little thing, and one of the things he thinks about is time between plays.
Tao in motion again. Webb's going to keep this one, picks his way forward across the 30 to the 31. And it's going to be a 6-yard gain, bring up 3rd and about a yard. And if you've been around the football and whether you've coached or whether you've watched it enough, sometimes when they're keeping the time on the field, sometimes they get a little bit more than that 25 seconds. Everybody up for Logan, and it pays off as Hall is taken down for a loss. Logan just spun everybody up in there into the gaps right before the snap, and they just shut it down.
Yeah, the Grizzlies did a great job right there, and big Sam Benyon was right in that gap when Hall tried to bounce to the outside. That's pretty tough to get around Sam Benyon, as athletic as he is and as big as he is.
Hall 28 yards on 7 carries, 0 for 3 on 3rd down for Mountain Crest. So the Logan offense will get another chance, and their field position just keeps getting better and better depending on the bounce of this punt. It doesn't go anywhere. So right at the 36-yard line is where Logan will take over. No score, 2:16 to play in the first period.
I'm interested to see what type of protection, what type of adjustments are made for Falk right here, just to get him a little more time to throw the ball. Get some of his guys in space that are really good. You get Taylor Compton in space, Bo Artist in space. Those guys are pretty fun to watch, and especially Jesse Brady. I mean, those guys, you get them in the open area, they can be pretty fun to watch.
See if they move Falk out of the pocket at all. That's not something they do very much. Again, Logan, they're really not playing with any defensive linemen. It's all linebackers and defensive backs. Falk stands in. Ball tipped. Compton with the catch. He's got some space. 11 yards and a 1st down after a tipped ball.
Well, it looked like they brought 6 right there. They definitely brought the pressure. That's one of those plays you get Taylor Compton out in the open space, as you'll see right here, and the ball gets tipped. Taylor Compton has the focus to stay with it. It seems like he always makes at least one guy miss.
Compton just a junior. So Logan will enjoy his services for another year. And give it off to Compton. Try the running game a little bit. Compton around the edge, and good yardage, and that's the other thing you can do if you can get a running game going against this kind of a must type of, and you have smaller players out there, you start taking or exploiting. They might have the speed, but if you start playing smash mouth with them, that may be something Logan can do. 2nd and 5. Falk underneath, looking for Compton. Compton hit and brought down immediately by Caden Lindley. Nice job by Lindley. Gives up a yard.
Lindley
definitely
he definitely got right up there. He made a great play on it, as you'll see right here. Just they get man coverage right here with Taylor, unable to get away right here. Just a great play.
Well, they've decided that Compton is where they've got the matchup advantage. 3rd down, 0 for 3 on 3rd down for Logan. Falk quickly to Compton. Down he goes. He loses half a yard. I don't know who hit him.
I'm not sure Taylor knows who hit him right now.
I was going to say, we may have to look for a license plate, not a number. There's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock. Zeros in that scoring column as we're under a minute to play in the first period. SC Needham Jewels, where Utah gets engaged.
I think Taylor touched the ball on every play that possession. It was, they're definitely trying to get it in one of their better athletes' hands. Mount Crest did a great job those last 2 plays of at least stopping it.
4th and 3, Logan kicks it away. Got some respect for that Mountain Crest defense. 11-yard line is where Mountain Crest will take over, and so far, Mountain Crest is able to dictate what they want to do, and there's a flag at about the 17-yard line. See if it's a sideline warning. No, personal foul on Mountain Crest. So Mountain Crest is being aggressive, and there's being aggressive, and then there's being a little foolish.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them. One thing I'm interested to see right here is if Mountain Crest gets Pututal a little more involved. He's an athlete out there, and I mean he can do some things. He's got such a height advantage on guys. I haven't, we saw the one throw where they threw it downfield to him. I'm interested to see if they can find him in a little bit of space, find a mismatch, and get the ball to him.
Well, or see if they give it to him on an end around, or they've got trick plays too. And you've got Eddie Hall that's used to be a quarterback, and you've been running him. They can also pitch it to him, and then he can pull up and throw. So that defense honest. See if they run something like that down here, or if they just keep it conservative. Hall, you're lone back, and he gets it. And he burrows his way forward for maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, with those 2 players, Pututal and Hall, I mean, they're just flat athletes. I mean, we have a hard time guarding them in basketball. I can't imagine trying to do it on the football field with all that space out there.
That is going to be the final play of the first period. No score, a defensive struggle here at Logan High School. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
And at the end of the first quarter, Logan High School 0, Mountain Crest Mustangs 0.
Well, back at Logan High School, we get ready to start the second period. No score. Eric Olson along with Coach Logan Brown. Zach Kimball is wearing number 2 for Mountain Crest. We saw him in there on defense earlier. He made a couple of plays. Didn't have him on our roster. Here's the pitch to Hall. Hall follows Ferguson, spins forward for about 4. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
This will be a big 3rd down right here. Mountain Crest is definitely trying to get Hall to the outside. It seems like that's been the majority of their plays, is trying to get him in a little bit of space, make some moves, and make a play with one of their best players.
Well, field position-wise, Mountain Crest keeps backing up. But the Mountain Crest defense hasn't given up anything yet. That Logan offense. 3rd and 5, somebody's moving. Here comes the flag from Mountain Crest. This will be penalty number 4. They're killing themselves with penalties. 4 penalties, and we've played 1 quarter and 40 seconds.
It seems like you get in these rival games, and then kids get a little bit wound up. They get a little bit excited, which is expected. Those can also hurt you, and between that and the turnover margin, I think those can be 2 things. Some of these teams start to settle down, whether it's the Grizzlies or the Mustangs. It'll be interesting to see what they can do when they relax a little bit.
Well, and that's how Mountain Crest got in this predicament anyway. They got a personal foul on a punt. And instead of having the ball out at about the 12-yard line, they end up starting back at the 6. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Webb under center. Chris probably just try to get rid of this one. Nope, they're going to run a screen to Ferguson. Boom! Goes the dynamite as Compton blows him up for a loss of 3.
That was actually Chase Nilsson.
Was that Nilsson?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Chase Nilsson, and it's good to see him back. What a great kid. He banged up his knee a little bit a few weeks ago, but man, what a play. Just a great play and a big momentum shift right there. Grizzlies might have a great opportunity to get some good field position right here.
Nelson not fooled at all by that. And the first completion of the game for Webb goes for -3 yards. Hall kicks it to Brady. Brady right up the middle.
Jesse Brady returns the ball.
He returns it to the Mountain Crest 30. So,
well, they keep getting closer. It's with special teams, but they keep getting there.
a couple of penalties, and yeah, the Logan coaching staff might be able to look it up at the scoreboard and see, well, 0-0 in the second period, but they cannot be happy that they pinned themselves back and killed a couple of drives themselves with penalties.
Especially with their defense. I thought Mountain Crest defense done a good job of containing Logan's better players and making some tough throws on Falk. You know, they're definitely putting pressure on him and getting some hits on him.
Three-man rush. Falk hit again as he throws. He gets rid of it. Looks like it's Compton that comes up with it, but it's going to be a loss of a couple.
Loses 2 yards, it'll be second down and 12.
Looks like the Grizzlies made a slight adjustment right there. They brought Hagen Anderson in motion right there for slide protection just to give Luke a little more time to throw the football. We'll see if they keep that up.
They're locked up man coverage. Putu Tau gets beat by Brady.
Jesse Brady.
Putu Tau tried to jam Brady at the line, and Brady just said, "Are you kidding me?" and ran right past him.
But Jesse's just so quick. He's so hard to guard out there with his athleticism. Just a very smart player, hard worker, and he showed right there. Luke made a great read, just hitting him right there on that slant route.
20 yards on the biggest play of the night for either team. Now it's 1st and 10 at the Mustang 13-yard line. Mountain Crest bringing 5. Falk again hit as he throws in the end zone. That looks like a touchdown, and it is.
What a play right there, and what a throw by Luke.
Anderson with a great grab and then staying in bounds, and Falk paid for it. He is hit just as he throws it and hit hard by Ferguson.
But Ferguson was definitely able to sneak through there again. Just what a play by Hagen to reach up there and grab that thing, because you know, Niederhauser is definitely probably one of their better defensive backs back there as well.
PAT is good. It's 7-0. Logan with the lead with 9:32 to play in the half.
Hi, I'm Randy Anderson, owner of Master Mechanic in Providence. Every repair we do at Master Mechanic comes with our peace of mind guarantee, meaning all repairs are guaranteed for 3 years or 36,000 miles. That's triple the industry standard. Summer travel time is here. Before you hit the road, stop by and have our ASE certified technicians inspect your vehicle. Prevent vacation breakdowns with our pre-trip inspection. Master Mechanic in Providence, taking the worry out of summer travel. I guarantee it.
Logan getting set to kick off. Reyes doing the duties. 7-0 Logan. They had a short field. They've had a fairly short field most of the evening and finally took advantage of it. And we were talking in the break, what a great catch by Hagen Anderson to finish that one off. And he's made some just grabs that are just nails this season.
He's had a tendency to do that this year, especially in big moments.
That one's going to bounce a couple of times. Mountain Crest finally gets on it. Nobody wanted that football. So Mountain Crest will start at their own 20-yard line, and they won't know what to do with that awesome field position. They've been starting inside their own 20 most of this half.
So this will be a little bit better start for them. I think they can definitely have a little more breathing room than they had the last time. We'll see what they can do with it.
No turnovers, but Mountain Crest with 4 penalties, 30 yards worth of penalties. Webb, the quarterback, nobody with him in the backfield. Webb delivers, and it's way off target as he's looking for Putu Tau.
Well, he had his guy right there too. Putu Tau had a little separation right there in the gap in zone coverage, and I think the Grizzlies kind of lucked out right there by not getting it to Putu Tau.
4th pass of the game for Mountain Crest. Webb is 1 of 4. We talked about the tough start for Falk. He started out 1 of 9, then 4 of 14, and right now he's 10 of 20. So that means he's hit his last 6. They give it to Ferguson. There's another penalty. That one's going to back Mountain Crest up even further. So it's either going to be 3rd and 11, or it'll be 2nd down and about 20. Holding on Mountain Crest, so another penalty, the 5th on Mountain Crest in this half.
That's just going to back them up more, where they kind of had a tendency to be, it seems like all night. It'll be pretty tough to get out of there with their backs against the wall, and now they've got a 2nd and long right here.
Logan says, go ahead and take it. They haven't done much against our defense. When we like the field position. That's going to be inside the 10-yard line. Down to about the 7.
2nd down to about 21.
So 2nd and 21. Five wide receivers for the Mustangs. Webb in trouble. Webb gets out of trouble somehow. He gets out across the 15 and about the 19-yard line. Picks up 5. When it looked like he was dead to rights, they had him.
Boy, it looked like, Sam Benyon had him right there for a second. What a play by Webb to at least, it looked like he got about 12 more yards out of a play that he shouldn't have got any.
Casey Cole had a hand on him. It was Connor that ended up finishing him off. 3rd and 16. 0 for 4 on 3rd downs for Mountain Crest. Webb unloads, has his man on the sideline. Was it a catch? Yes, it was. 1st down, Mustangs. A pickup of about 19. That was a heck of a catch. Pututau with his first grab and the first 3rd down conversion for the Mustangs, and they quickly come to the line. Webb waits and waits too long. He was waiting for somebody to come free, and no one ever did.
Well, and Webb made a great play the play before that just by getting to the outside, finding his guy in Pututau on the sideline, who had a great mismatch right there. And Grizzlies did a good job of covering it on the backside the second play.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. 2nd and 10, it does not go as a sack. 7:45 to play in the first half, 7-0 Logan. Webb, lots of time. Now it breaks down again. Sometimes you have to make the decision a little quicker.
He's definitely, one thing Mountain Crest made the adjustment. It looks like that they've gone into their empty set. This whole possession right here, they just really used. They haven't really gotten to their, their 2-back set or anything like that. They've just had Webb back there by himself, and the Grizzlies have been getting him right there.
2nd sack for Logan. Third and 11. He's got Hall underneath. He doesn't look to him, and he overthrows Pututau because he had Pututau in there as well. So he had 2 receivers. He looked for the deeper one, and it just took off on him.
Well, Webb definitely made the right read right there. Sam Benyon made a great push on his guy, pushed his guy all the way back into him, and I think it just forced Webb to rush his throw a little bit. He had Pututau open, but just overthrew him a little bit.
Well, Hall, the punter. He'll kind of do that rugby-style punt where he'll kind of wander around a little bit in the backfield sometimes. See what they're going to give him. Nothing, and so he kicks it away. Brady retreats and taken down immediately, and Logan starts at their own 27, leading 7-0 with 6:50 to play in the first half.
One thing Logan's got to be ready for, it seems like it's a tendency Mountain Crest always has a trick play or 2 in there that they always try to get in against their opponents. They've been well scouted, and but especially running Eddie Hall out there in punt formations, he gets space out there. I wouldn't be surprised if he just takes off.
Yeah, and he can. Brady comes across and stays in to block. Falk gets rid of it again, and it's too wide for Compton.
That pass attempt for Taylor Compton.
Well, Logan did the same thing right there. It looks like they brought Jesse Brady in motion right there for a little slide protection to give Luke just a little bit more time, and Luke made the right read, had Taylor Compton out there on the outside open, caught Mountain Crest in man coverage, and just couldn't quite get the throw there.
Now 2nd and 10. Falk again hit as he throws. This time Compton comes up with it, gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down. Taken down immediately out there.
Well, they just keep coming at him. They keep bringing guys in there and getting contact on Luke. Credit to Luke. He keeps his eyes down the field. He's able to hit his guy on stride and made a great play.
8 catches, 33 yards for Compton. .6:10 to play in the half. Falk's going to keep. He was moving forward at the snap. They're lucky he didn't get a flag. That looks like it's going to be close to the 1st down. He needed 2. I think he got 3.
Looked like he got it right there. That's not a play that Logan runs very often, but Luke gets his long body. He's 6'4", athletic, can get out there and stretch the ball out. And when on short yardage like that, that's a pretty good play.
First down, and here's somebody behind the defense. Who else? Hagen Anderson. Rumbling down inside the 35-yard line of Mountain Crest.
It almost looked like Mountain Crest's defensive backs just jumped that route just a little bit, kind of almost undershot it a little bit, and Anderson was able to snag it. What a play.
Anderson, 51 yards and a touchdown on 2 catches, and it puts the Grizzlies back in scoring position. Falk over the middle. Oh, and Lindley just lit up Compton. Compton had him burned. Lindley got a little bit of it back. But here's the thing, Falk's starting to get a little bit more time to throw.
Yeah, I think they made a great adjustment. As you've seen, that they put a little slide protection in there. They've got Brady in there and Anderson both. As you'll see, Falk will call him in motion. Also looks like Luke's a little bit farther back from the center than he started out at the beginning of the game. So I think they made a few adjustments. He's getting a little more time, and if he gets going, he's pretty tough to stop.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Falk out there to Brady. Was that Pututau defending on that? It looks like it. So now it'll be 3rd and 10. Logan 1 of 5 on 3rd downs. Falk 12 of 25. 115 yards and a touchdown. 5:28 to play here in the 1st half. Now they move Falk a little in that pocket. Falk lets it go, and it's too tall for everybody. And Falk, again, ends up in the dirt. I guess it's not dirt. He ends up in the mulched up tires.
Yeah, it seemed like he even had a little more time than he's had right there to make the throw. Didn't really have anybody open. Mountain Crest did a pretty good job of defending it. They brought Tanner McIntyre in there on the right side to give him just a little more time. He got it, but just didn't have anybody open.
37-yard field goal.
Well, we've been trying to make it a 2-touchdown or a 2-score game. Reyes kick. Looks good, and it is good. 10-0 with 5:16 to play in the 1st half. Logan extends their lead.
Hi, I'm Wendy. Yep, that one. And I'm proud to introduce Dave's Hot and Juicy Cheeseburgers. They're all new and our best yet, with thicker, hotter, juicier beef, melty cheese, and a warm butter toasted bun. So come on in.
10-0 the score here in Logan. Logan with the lead, and the Mountain Crest defense only giving up the field goal. The big play on that drive, the 38-yard catch and run by Hagan Anderson from Luke Falk. And we mentioned Falk